Hi dear jury members and friends, I'm Mehmet Enes Balcı. In social media, people tend to explain themselves in a certain flow of the interfaces of the platforms in a very fast and a compact manner. The shared content generally have limitations of certain numbers of characters, and that led people to think simple and say their ideas in a simplistic way. In that kind of an environment, lots of lack-developed ideas and misunderstandings exist. These connection issues were included the zombie syndrome by Ian Lepkowski. On the other hand, that simplicity creates lots of practical positive outcomes as well. Very fast reactions to social events cause fast application reactions. There's a freedom of representing one's ideas with a secure feeling in platforms. To create a very brief, pre-constructed idea about something, social media is a valuable, compact way. Where to stand in that kind of a hesitative stance is a true question, also in terms of architectural information. In short, there are three main paths to information. Some academic architectural papers, some social media contents having information about the topic, and some architectural blog pages like ArchDaily or Architera. It's already mentioned about the positive and negative aspects of social media. Secondly, perspectives on academic papers have totally different results. Rather than having packed information, this content includes various information, also including the context of the topic. Some metaphoric relations and comparative analysis are created in process. However, those have strict limits about reaching to every people. Especially ordinary people find confusing information in those. In the third medium, architectural blogs, a very well-working hybrid system is created. The positive aspects of social media as fast responding and compactness, and academic papers as expert explanation and strong relation with the context is created by this medium. Now let's take a look at some works in this media and how they are addressed. The Vessel from New York is a contemporary structure directly attached to the pedestrian circulation. It's a gathering and a vista space for the visitors. But from the glasses of nowadays people, it's a perfect Instagram post or a selfie space. If checked social media platforms, it can easily observe how that happens. It's a perfect space for spectacle. If you want to get information about that, however, social media content do not have enough about it. When checked the e-magazines, however, it's very easy to reach both theoric and contemporary analysis on that. Rather than observing that space only as a spectacular function, the researcher can reach to more information about the theory behind and the context. For instance, Emine Verdin from Architera wrote a compact article including the ideas behind the work as a social space, what kind of a shiny copper is used as an eye-catching primary feature, a primary element of the building. The article also gives some reference keywords to make the reader get into the context more, but in a compact manner. In the Zine Journal, moreover, there is a talk only 5 minutes long with Hederick, the architect of the building, which can also be found in YouTube, that he is explaining his references as stepwells in Rajasthan and the idea of amphitheater scene. Therefore, with a very brief tour in blogs, our perspective on the building turns into a very conscious state. In terms of the contemporary situations, yes, social media reflects very fast reactions to the events, but there is always a potential bias or lack of information. Those blog pages touch the latest situations by their magazine-like face also, that we can learn the closure of the building from social media, but the causes of it from the e-magazines, the suicidal attempts. In the latest situation, it's bent to go up to this building alone. At the end of the flow in social media and e-magazines, the potential hesitance of the observer's perspective between the ideas of true spectacular monument and Instagram space as a hidden flow of neoliberal world into architecture with organic forms, or a true well-referenced social place as an architectural masterpiece gets more clear in mind. Another example is something totally digital, the Mars House. That thing is an NFT, which is a crypto art piece, meaning a graphic artwork sold with blockchain economies. This work was sold for $500,000. In general, render images are for advertisement purposes for architectural works in the related market. However, this works as an artistic render image had the potential to be sold for a price that even that work is built in real world, probably the cost of this work will be less than this much of dollars. As a result, the simulations as one-time discourse methods are nowadays turned into things that can be sold in the market. And moreover, not bought by real money banknote system, by a totally digital crypto payment object. This reminds the theory of simulacra. In social media, this much of commodity value created huge chaos, And also, it's easy to see some harsh comments of anonymous accounts by the help of security freedom balance of social media platforms. On the other hand, in blog pages, the topic is evaluated from various perspectives. For example, not only the economic value, but also the copyright problems of that kind of a commodity is discussed a lot. In the Zine Journal, there are more than one article telling about the contemporary situation on that between the renderer and designer of it. In another article by Karen Anderson, the most popular comments on that artwork in social media and the zine were brought together. It brings positive and negative comments together, and a certain link lead you to the discussion forum, including lots of experts, art fans, and architects from the website. The visitor also has a chance to get into the discussion. Of course, it is easy to get into that discussion, but with which information? E-magazines also give that values to us with articles. ArcDaily has an article by Camila Geshlini telling about the contrast relation between the standard rendered images and those NFT artworks. The material qualities as translucent, the level of reality as a virtual reality is stated. Will that type of a technology lead the society from their 40-meter square houses to huge VR cities? So that's the question Camila asks. Can that developments happen? In the article of Aaron Belsky in the Zine, he lets the topic to a comparative ground and judges how that kind of a contemporary understanding of a product include that conventional methods and theory while designing. The article states that there are even 30 years old conventional paradigms were integrated into NFTs, and make the audience ask the question when real futurist works start to exist in crypto art world. Again, the potential serving qualities of architectural websites were shown. They both give the opportunity to seek the latest news and contextual, theoretic, and comparative information about the topics. In conclusion, there is a triangle between ideology, artists, and society. If the level of conscience is lost in some points, problems start to exist. Articles of theory and social media of society lacks about the maintaining that balance. However, the websites like ArcDaily or Architera have the potential of governing that situation within a hybrid, well-working structure. That's all for today. These are my references, and thank you for listening me.